Hello, and welcome back to the You Deserve Better podcast. And I feel like this episode is going to be so super important. And as I said that then, I feel like I say that for every single episode. My bad if I do, but I feel like this one is so important because I feel like it's one that's close to many of our hearts as young women. I can guarantee that we've all been through this at one point or another, and we will most likely go through it again. It is the term that we call breadcrumbing. So on this episode today, we're going to talk about a little bit more about what it is, why the hell we get so hooked on it, and the best bit is how to break free, take back our power, and move on from that dusty boy that does not deserve your attention whatsoever. If you have ever found yourself in a position where you're waiting for that one person to text you back, or you're obsessed over the mixed signals that he's giving you, 1 minute he's swooning over you, next thing he's ghosting you, and then all of a sudden he's turning up with flowers or whatever. The mixed signals just have you so freaking confused, but equally so obsessed with him at the same time. Or maybe you just feel like you're constantly on edge with this person. Are they going to choose me? Are they even interested? Are you questioning what they are thinking and whether they're even wanting you, whether they even want to spend time with you, whether they're even interested, if they're messaging other girls? Do you find that you're texting your friends saying, what does this message mean? Or he did this, what does that mean? If you've experienced any of this episode is so totally for you, because we're going to really go into this as to, in terms of, looking back at our past and how that affects what we attract right now, what we accept and tolerate. But like I said, most importantly, it's about ways that we can actually take our power back, because these men, these boys who are breadcrumbing you do not deserve you. You deserve the whole loaf. You deserve the whole loaf. Yeah, you deserve the whole cake and more besides. The right person would not be breadcrumbing you. They would be obsessed with you, chasing you, doing what they can to be around you, to spend time with you, to make you feel special. If you're questioning that, no. 2025 is not about breadcrumbing. We are no longer accepting it. We're no longer tolerating it. And we're no longer fearing that we are just simply the ones that are not enough, because for the right person we are more than enough, and they will make it very clear that you are the whole package and you deserve to be treated that way. Where should we start with this one? So what is breadcrumbing? And I'm sure we all know about this already, but we'll start with the basics. Breadcrumbing is when basically someone's just giving you, they're giving you just enough, aren't they? They're giving you just enough attention or an ounce of affection to keep you interested. So they keep you on your toes. They're like, oh, this person likes me. They text me. Oh, they must really like me. They keep you interested, but they're not giving you quite enough to build a real or, a healthy relationship dynamic. It is certainly nowhere near enough that would lead onto any sort of healthy relationship. It's those little crumbs, isn't it? It's that late night, hey stranger, or you up. We've all had them, 10, 11 o'clock later on at night. Oh God, them men are the worst. It's watching your stories, sending that flame emoji to the picture. But are they making plans with you? No, other than, of course, that hey stranger, you up. And then it's just that flirting, maybe like flirty banter, but they're not committing. They're never going to commit with you. They're not interested in committing. It's kind of just keeping you on your toes. And to be honest, they're getting an ego kick out of that. They're getting a dopamine kick out of you kind of being a little bit thrilled over there. Let's be frank, not even bare minimum. And that is the thing when we actually look at it and like, oh, gosh, I know for a fact if I was to have a friend who would tell me some of the stories that I have had in the past, I'd be like, why are you giving this person the time of day? You know, have you ever been in a situation where you have tolerated absolute garbage that when you actually speak it out, it almost feels extremely embarrassing, you know? And if it was your friend who was going through the same, you'd be giving her the spiel over fucking that guy off. But here's the thing, isn't it? With breadcrumbing, as frustrating as it is, it actually feels so addictive. And that's the problem. It's addictive. It's frustrating. You know you're worth more. You know that they're leading you on. You know that they're taking the piss, but yet why is it so addictive? It's like you feel so pulled in, so drawn to this person, even though you know deep down that they're no good for you and that you deserve so much more. It's crazy, isn't it? And that's why I created this episode, because no more is any woman going through breadcrumbing and not realizing exactly what is going on and then stepping the fuck away. Yeah, because again, like I say, 2025 onwards, we're no longer tolerating it. As women, it is time we took our power back, we claimed our worth, and we tolerated nothing less than the best. That's a little bit about breadcrumbing. A little bit of examples, and you know, I'm sure you can relate in some way, shape or form to some of these that I have given. But why does it happen? Why is it that these strong, smart, drop dead gorgeous women like you and me, why do we get caught up in this? Why do we get caught in this cycle of being breadcrumbed? We're intelligent people, we're so smart, we deserve the best. So why do we just go along with it? And here's a couple of reasons why, okay? So of course there's that dopamine hit, that dopamine loop. And with breadcrumbing, it is a loop that you're experiencing. So you'll get that little ping, it's a text, or they've liked a post, or they've sent you that flame emoji, or they've complimented you, you look really beautiful, whatever. Your brain, it's releasing dopamine in that moment. You're getting that little hit, aren't you? That's that feel-good chemical. It's the same sort of chemical that's also behind, you know, gambling addictions, social media, that doom scrolling. It's the same thing. But what it is here is that it's the inconsistency that makes it so powerful. Yeah? Because if someone gave you love all the time, you'd feel so stable. You wouldn't necessarily have that dopamine hit quite the same. It'd just feel stable, it'd feel peaceful. It's what we say that we all want, but it doesn't give us that same sort of, it's like that adrenaline, you know, are they going to text back? Have they seen my story? That's actually an unhealthy and unstable connection that you've got going on there. If someone gave you all the love all the time, you would feel stable. But when it's so random and it's so unpredictable, your brain, it chases it harder. It's like, oh, I've put this selfie on, are they going to see it? Or are they going to message me tonight? Or, oh, you know, he said hi at the gym today, or he complimented me at the gym today. Or, you know, he messaged me in the middle of the night saying that he was thinking of me, as though we're meant to be so thrilled at that. Really? But that is the thing, it's because it's so random and it's unpredictable. So it's literally what's going on in your brain. Okay? So it's not you, it's not a you problem. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not going crazy. Your brain is just working as it should, and it is chasing what it craves more so. That is that instability, that unpredictability, and it's longing for it. What it's called, it's actually called intermittent reinforcement. It's the same principle that, you know, going back to gambling, it keeps people hooked on the slot machines, yeah? It's intermittent reinforcement. Sometimes they win, and then the next time they don't, but then, oh my God, they could win again. It's the TikTok scroll, oh, the funny videos, getting caught in that doom scroll. Netflix, that's another one. As soon as you finish an episode, it comes up, it goes straight onto the next one. It's got you in that loop. So yeah, that is the dopamine loop. Also, a really important factor with this is attachment styles, okay? And this sort of goes back to your childhood, your upbringing, and how that has shaped your attachment style. Now, I personally, I have done a test for this, and I actually think we should all do tests for this, same as love languages. We should know our attachment styles, because that's very much how we show up in relationships and how we react to other people in our relationships as well. I think it's valuable for both yourself and the partner that you are with as well. So definitely, I think you can probably pop it into Google, attachment style test, and get that. So I believe that I did it quite a few years ago now, but I think I'm an anxious avoidant. And my love language is quality time and acts of service. So yeah, let us know in the comments below, what is your attachment style and what is your love language, because that always has a great emphasis on these kind of topics and how you do, like I say, you show up or you react to certain situations and how you handle things. So for example, if you grew up with inconsistent love, or if you have an anxious attachment style, that breadcrumbing can feel all too similar. It's basically a reflection of your childhood. Now, by that, I'm not saying that, you suffered child abuse or something detrimental like that. Inconsistent love could be related to, it's quite common nowadays, for example, where, parents are on the phone when the child is trying to show them a pretty drawing, or just wants them to see the fact that they've put the hair in a pony by themselves, things like that. But think back to your past, and how was your childhood? How well did your parents respond to your emotional needs or your desires, your interests and hobbies? How did they praise you? Things like that. And again, I think I've said this in previous episodes, it's not about blame here, but these instances, these experiences do shape who you are now, okay? So like I say, inconsistent love, anxious attachment style, being breadcrumbed, it can feel familiar, and so in a way it becomes a comfort. So the brain only seeks out comfort. It can't differentiate what is positive or negative. It simply seeks comfort because it is always trying to keep us safe. So if you think of it like that, a lot of this is going to make sense, isn't it? In this situation, it's mirroring that push-pull dynamic where you're waiting for love, never really knowing when it will come. It's like you're constantly on the edge waiting for it. So when you get it, it's like, oh, you got to cling on. And then when it goes, it's like it becomes on some subconscious level, your nervous system reads it as normal. It reads it as normal, and that's where you get a lot of your repeating patterns. So again, look back at previous relationships, regardless of the breadcrumbing right now. But have you been in situations where you're like, oh my gosh, it's happening again? Or why am I only attracting these kind of men? So again, on a subconscious level, you are attracting them. Our nervous system, it's drawing us to these people. That might be quite hard to hear, because I know when I've heard it in the past, I'm like, well, I can't help it if, this guy gave me attention and then did this. But all I'm getting at is, please be open-minded with this kind of information. But yeah, so in this situation, your brain is reading it as normal, and even though it's painful, it's keeping you comfortable. So it's like, oh, okay, this is working then. This is working. I hope that makes sense. And then, of course, sort of related, but the inner child. Inner child work is huge when it comes to breadcrumbing, because it's that younger version of you who maybe didn't always feel chosen, didn't always feel secure. That inner child within you is the one who's craving these crumbs. She is the one that is waiting by the phone, checking those notifications, hoping today is going to be the day that she finally feels enough. Yeah, so breadcrumbing, it's not just activating your adult self in the here and now, it's re-triggering the wounds from your childhood. And that's why looking at these attachment styles and that shadow work behind your inner child and what could be really going on a subconscious level for you, and why are you feeling so drawn to these people who are breadcrumbing you? And, you know, let's be honest, not treating you very well, not treating you the way that you deserve, not even providing you with the absolute bare minimum. And when you think of, you know, your future, your soulmate who's out there, your future husband, the man of your dreams or woman of your dreams, but they would never treat you this way. They would absolutely never treat you this way. So when you put this all together, you've got the dopamine hit, you've got those attachment wounds, that inner child who's just longing for love. Doesn't it make complete sense why breadcrumbing feels like an obsession? Is it starting to make sense? Like, it's crazy, isn't it? It's not even about a weakness, is it? It's not about being crazy or what's wrong with me. Am I going mad? It is literally your brain chemistry. Yeah, it's your nervous system. And then it's your subconscious patterns as well. They're all working against you. So I hope, if nothing else, that makes you feel a little bit more reassured that not only is this quite common and normal, but it's a part of your wiring. And lastly, that it is something that can be resolved, but with a lot of work on yourself. You know, this isn't something where you can just click your fingers and all of a sudden you're like, this guy's no good for me, or he's breadcrumbing me, I deserve better. It's going to take time, it's going to take work and effort, but it's so worth it, because when you get to the other side and you realise your worth, you step into your power and you know your standards and you don't drop below them. That is beautiful. That is powerful. And that is the place where you actually attract the most aligned relationships, whether it be intimate friendships, colleagues, clients, whatever it may be. The right people are drawn to you because you're in your power. And you don't take shit and it becomes apparent. So no one would even try that shit with you because they just know there's no chance. You're in your power. And that leads me on to, you know, how do we break free? How do we break free from this BS? And that's the good news, because just because it is so common, it doesn't mean it has to control you. You can take control in this situation. So a couple of ideas to help you, you know, step out of that breadcrumbing cycle, because it is, you really are having to build up an awareness of it firstly, which, brings me on to my first point. Awareness is power, okay? So that minute that you name it, oh my God, he's breadcrumbing me. Yeah. Oh my God, am I really getting excited over the smallest compliment, or the fact that he winked at me from afar but he won't tell his friends that he's interested in me? You know, I'm being breadcrumbed here. This person doesn't care about me. They're leading me on. So just having that awareness alone, you're taking back control. Here, you can stop it internalizing this as, oh, you know, I'm not enough. I'm just not enough. Or maybe it's because I've got blonde hair and he likes brunettes. Maybe I'm not pretty enough. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Do I need to make myself more clear that I'm interested? Is there something wrong with me? We can stop all of that, because it's none of those things. It's actually starting to recognize it as their pattern. It's a them problem. Yeah, it's not about you. They're getting a fix from it as well. You having that awareness, you're able to step the fuck away. And how powerful is that? And another thing you can do is, you know, reparent your inner child. Be that nurturing love and devotion that you seek, that you sought back then. You know, that little girl inside you, all she wants is some love and attention. It's so totally normal. We're human beings. We seek connection. Don't be fearful of the fact that you want some love and attention. But the truth is, you are the one who can give it to her. This breadcrumber, they're not giving it to her. If anything, they're making her feel worse. Yeah, that repeating pattern of not feeling enough, but you can give this to yourself. So instead of waiting for that text, pour into yourself. Journal to your inner child, comfort her. Do you know, I was saying this the other day to a client, how it sounds silly, but you can self-soothe, you know, stroking your arms, giving yourself a hug. It may seem silly as you're doing it. I do it all the time, by the way. I don't feel silly anymore, but I'm conscious that as I explain it to people, it may sound silly. But again, all you are doing is causing a reaction to your nervous system. Your nervous system doesn't know whether it's you that's touching your arms or a partner or a loved one giving you the comfort, and that's all you need right now. And it does have a response within your brain, within your nervous system. It calms, it creates connection, a feeling of love and peace. So you can give that to yourself. You can remind yourself that you are chosen, you are enough, you are amazing. And again, I'm not saying that this will happen overnight, this will take time. But when you are committed to showing up for yourself and giving yourself the love that you deserve, all these little steps, they add up and they make a big difference. So this one's really important. Checking in on your nervous system. So for example, when you are feeling that little bit of a pull to, you know, check your phone or to reach out to this person, or to, you know, you're staring at him from across the room and just hoping that he'll notice you, just take a pause, yeah? Just take a deep breath, move your body. It's just about interrupting it. We call it we can call it a pattern interrupt. So it's interrupting that cycle that you're in right now. So sometimes that could just be doing 5-star jumps, yeah? Or getting up and dancing to your favourite song. Splashing your face with cool water. There's so many different things that you can do to just literally just interrupt that cycle in that moment. But then it's coming back to that reminder to yourself that I am safe even without their attention. And you are. Having their attention doesn't make you any better. Not having their attention does not make you any less so. You're already enough. You're the whole package. You do not need their validation. You certainly don't need their less than bare minimum breadcrumbing. Which leads me on to point 4 of raising your standards. So ask yourself right now, you know, if this is the crumbs, what would the full meal look like? Yeah? Or if this was a friend who was telling me what this dude was doing to her, how he was treating her, if I was to speak this out loud to someone else, you know, what advice would I give this friend, or how would I feel? Would I feel embarrassed by this? And link it back to what would the whole meal look like? How would my soulmate treat me? How would the man of my dreams make me feel? Because the truth is, you deserve a love that is consistent. You deserve affection. You deserve respect. So it's about raising the bar. And I'm telling you now that breadcrumbing stops feeling exciting and starts feeling pretty damn insulting and almost like cringy, and you lose a lot of respect for that person when you have raised that bar, when you know your standards, when you know what you're worth, when you know how the man of your dreams would treat you. This person who's breadcrumbing you, it's almost like, really? Are you joking? Are you being serious? Because you don't take it to heart. It has nothing to do with you and who you are. it has everything to do with them. So it's almost like, ooh, it's embarrassing. Like, no, don't treat me that way. I'm not interested. You lose interest. I promise you. So this is about raising your standards, raise the bar. Be embarrassed by the way that they're treating you. Be embarrassed by the way that they show up. What a boy. He doesn't even know how to treat a woman. And then lastly, point 5, it's replacing that hit with something healthier, because again, our body, our mind, our nervous system is craving. What it all boils down to as well is that craving of that dopamine hit. So how else can we give ourselves that dopamine that source of dopamine? And, this could be completely different for you. Here's a couple of ideas though, like for myself, it would be working out. Obviously, that's like my standard routine. I get insane dopamine from that. I mean, it's part of my day-to-day life anyway, but I feel good. I feel good when I do it. But also, creative projects. So I think I mentioned about the paint and sip that I did with my friends. That was beautiful, but I could just get a colouring book out and do some colouring. It could be crochet. People do that nowadays, don't they? There's so many different creative ideas that you can try. What is it for you? Or do you want to try something new? But also friendships, because this is another one that we're quite guilty as women. Whenever a guy is giving us some attention, all of a sudden it's like we're longing for them. We want them to text us. We'll fuck off our mates because that guy has messaged us and he wants to meet me tonight. Oh, can I see you tomorrow instead because he wants to see me? Like, no, friendships first. They're the real dopamine hit. People who actually genuinely care about you. Yeah? How about adventures? And it doesn't have to be traveling to the other side of the world, but maybe going out and exploring a new hike, chasing waterfalls, going watching the sunset. Yeah, what you'll find is that your brain will rewire itself when you feed it healthier rewards. Get your dopamine hit from a genuine, healthy, beautiful source that you can create for yourself. But more than anything, I think it's important to, I want you to remember that if you are being breadcrumbed, okay, and then I'm guessing if you're listening to this, you may be going through it right now, or you're wanting to stop that pattern, or you're wondering why you keep attracting these guys. I just really need you to know it doesn't mean that you're unworthy. It doesn't mean that you're not enough. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It means that this person is unwilling to step up. They are incapable of stepping the fuck up for you. Okay? Now, that is not a reflection of your value. It is a reflection of their complete incapacity. Yeah? It is a reflection of them and their standards and their morals and their values. And do you want that kind of BS in your life? Because I sure as hell don't. You're not here, as women, we are not here to beg for crumbs. We are here to sit at the damn table, the table of love, where we're fully served. Yeah, served the full goddamn meal, but we're fully seen, fully chosen by the person. Do not give these guys the time of day. They don't deserve it. There is someone out there who will give you the full meal, who will sit you down at that table of love and ensure that you feel fully seen, fully chosen, fully loved, admired, and like the only woman in the world. You deserve nothing less. If you feel like this episode resonated with you in any way, I want you to just really, really sit with this. Look back and reflect on what crumbs have I been accepting? What have I been tolerating? Where have I been lowering my standards, my values, my boundaries? Who have I been giving the time of day who quite frankly does not deserve it? And reframe it. What would it look like to demand the whole freaking meal? What would it look like to show up as the woman who attracts the love that she deserves, who is respected and admired and treated like a queen? Because you deserve that fullness of love and not just the leftovers of someone's half-arsed attention. Okay? And I think that is all for today. I absolutely love this episode because I think it's given... I just know that this will have touched so many hearts, and I just hope that it has inspired you to realise your freaking worth, and from today, release that fucking dusty boy. Delete his freaking number. Unfollow him on Instagram, whatever you gotta do. If you loved this episode, please make sure that you share it with a friend as well who you know that needs to hear this same message. And also, you can tag me on Instagram when you listen to it so that I can cheer you on. And I'll be checking in on you as well, making sure that you're keeping those standards that you so rightfully deserve. Don't forget to give us a like, a comment, and follow along for future episodes as well, for all things self-love, women's empowerment, mindset hacks, all the good stuff. And if you are feeling ready to dive deeper into healing a lot of these patterns, stepping into your worth, you are more than welcome to join me inside my one-to-one coaching container. You can reach out to me on Instagram for that, and I'll be more than happy to give you more information. We can chat and see how we can work together. But otherwise, that is all from me for today. I hope you loved the episode. Thank you so much, as always, for being here, for choosing yourself, and for doing the freaking work, girl. Because I love you. I'm so proud of you. And keep it up. I'll see you on the next episode.